because you adapt to like tricky situations that someone else might not be able to cope with, but because of your role, you can deal with it.
Like you say, when people say to you, come and talk to me, share things with me and trust me.
Which
then
is like, no, because last time you told every teacher. So then you got no one to talk to.
So how about then when somebody new comes into your life and you hear them say those words, how does that feel? You know, you've got somebody new, you've got no experience of them, and they've got no experience of you, but they use that kind of magic phrase, you can trust me. If you need me, come to me and talk to me about things.
I don't know, you can't just straight away think they're just going to be, oh, you're just going to go out to someone else, like, just group them all together. Once one person does it, you just feel like everybody else is going to do it.
Sometimes I don't really keep it very confident. Like, I was like waiting to go into class once and the teacher stopped me as we were all going into class and went, oh, has your uncle in like hospital now? And like, when I've got friends around me and stuff, and sometimes your friends don't know what's going on, and then the teacher says it to you, like they've been told by like pastoral about it, and then they stop you like when in class. And I don't think it should do that. It should be like in private, alone, not like when others are around that don't really know what's going on.
And how about other people's experience of school? I mean, for some people have to have time off school to care for people.
So like being told that you're going to fail because you've got to have time off.
So that must feel like being written off before you've got it anyway. That's definitely not helpful. Do you think that's because of a lack of understanding of school?
They need to be more aware of what you actually go through, so that they think they know and they assume, but it's a lot different to what they actually think happens.
And like no one understood. Even my mum was going to school and everything, and no one listened.
They just perhaps didn't have the ability to be able to hear. That makes a lot of sense. So what do you think schools can do?
I think they should learn about what we go through and how to help, and just to listen.
So what, like feeling you have to stay where you are because you feel like you haven't got the independence to be able to go, because you feel like you've got to stay where you are to look after whoever you're looking after.
Yes.
Well, sometimes you think, I need to go, I need to change the scenery, like, this is my time to get something under my belt. But then, all your life you've known to look after someone. So it's like from going to being on your own to looking after someone. I know I'm not desperate to go to university, but it's a case of feeling guilty because you're leaving them behind. But I don't know, it's just hard.
It's also the fear that someone, like you leave and someone else may look after them, but it's the fear that they're not going to do it right, they're not going to give them what they need. It's like you've done it for however many years, so you know what they need when they need it. But you think when you go in, what's going to happen to them? Because if they're not looked after right, they're not going to say something. And then when you return like home from like a break or something, you're going to see what's happening and go, I don't want to go back to uni. So then it's you need to make sure the proper care is there before you go, and that you can see it yourself before you go. Oh, she won't like go, no, I'm going to go, because if you're not, it's going, well, I can't because you're not going to be safe here.
So it's about being confident in care services as well as actually having care services.
It's like past experience, Mum had her own carers instead of me at some points, but they half the time they're signing in or filling booklets, they don't actually concentrate on her needs. They just concentrate on filling forms in, which isn't what they need. So they don't benefit from any of that. So.
And And about the length of time that mum was supported by care workers.
So they would come for like 30 minutes 4 times a day. And in that time, half the time you're having to ring up to say they're here and ring out, and then they have to fill in paperwork and they don't do anything that she needs. So even when she was having carers, I was still doing everything because they didn't do anything. And there's no point going and like people say, oh, she's got carers, but you know, you've seen it in the past, they don't work. Carers need to be more specialised and work better, kind of, because they don't really do anything.
I think it's a case of doctors and psychiatrists and whoever comes to see whoever. Just because you're under 18 and you're a child, they think like you've got no power whatsoever, but they don't realise that you're there day after day, sorting them out, waking them up, doing whatever they need to do. They just think, oh, you're a child, you don't know anything, but really, people like us have had to step up to the plate, you know what I mean? Like, we've had to do it all.
If you compare it to me, to my brothers, they have their own lives and they can do whatever they want, and there's me who has to stay at home and look after everyone. And like when I was growing up, I could see like all my friends going out and stuff, and there's me at home.
If my mum's having one of her bad days and if I'm just not having a good day on the same day, it's harder because you try and pick yourself up, but then you feel like you have to be stronger for you, not just yourself, but for your like parent as well. When I was at placement the other week, I walked in and the day before I hadn't gone in because my mum wasn't well, and I normally phone in to say, oh, I won't be coming, and because I forgot, I got yelling at, saying, oh, why weren't here and all that. And if this was a real job, you just get sacked and we could quite easily just kick you off placement. And basically, if they would have done that at this point, I'd fail my course. So then that made me stress. Then the same day, the woman from college came, because she'd been to see me before, but I wasn't there. And she gave me like word in that because I wasn't there and my attendance was low at placement. So it's like, it's not really my fault. Well, you get a sense of freedom for a few hours. And like Luke said earlier, it's different surroundings. Because when you're stuck at home, it just gets boring. And it gets you a bit depressed because you just know you're stuck there and you can't really go out.
I think it is important to go out because obviously it distracts your mind from what's actually going on, taking place, and by going out it gives you that sense of, as you say, Chelsea, for that freedom. It's a freedom, so I think it is very important, especially young carers. So
It's just that bit of freshness to keep you going for a bit longer, you know what I mean?
We wouldn't normally get like the opportunity to do half the activities we do with you. Like
Definitely the summer holidays, with it being so long, like getting invited to activities, like I've been doing it since I was young, and it gives you something to look forward to. Whereas if you don't have anything in the summer holidays and just caring the whole way through, you just, you give up hope and you get really upset. When young carers, it's really big relief. And as well as the activities, it's actually just having the numbers that you can just text, go, I'm feeling upset, can you give me a ring? And they're constantly there for you.
And it's like the meeting people as well. Because I go shy personally, like meeting new people, because if they find out your like problem at home, they're like quick to judge. But as soon as you meet new people, like with young carers, you just click straight away. It's like you've known them ages.
obviously meeting a new young carer the first time, you obviously you're trying to get to know them, and to know that they have the same, like, similar roles to you, that obviously makes the communication flow a bit more. So you have, as you say, Jazz, you have more things in common.
Having that someone to talk to if you're having like a down day, or even if something good happened and you want to tell someone about it, they're just like a phone call or a text away.
That's what we look forward to each month.
Yeah, it's that focus of, or we can all see each other again in a matter of like weeks. Because you do form like little friendship groups who you do get excited to see because you don't see them every day. I don't know how to word it, but you're with the norm for like a couple of hours because you're all the same. So.
And I'm guessing that that's something that you're going to get from the spring fling as well.
Yeah.
Because there's sort of over 100.
Bigger horizon.
Nice.
Good thinking there.
I like that. Big horizon. That's great. Because that's one of the things that young carers have often told us is that they feel like they're the only young person going through this, and that can often feel like quite a lonely experience. And the spring fling, with having sort of 100 to 150 young carers in one place, it's then really hard to sort of go away from that, thinking that you are the only young person going through that because you've just been surrounded by.
Well, you could meet a young person once and instantly remember him if you see him again, because everybody, like we keep saying, everybody is different, and you can talk about like problems and stuff.
I just think the most important thing about young carers for me is having that bond with everyone, because none of us are better than the other, we're all equal and we're all in the same boat together.
I think it's just someone being there for you, understands what you're going through, and they'll take notice in you. It's like sometimes you don't feel like you're getting the attention you need because you're giving someone else attention, but no one's giving you back. And CASS and young carers, it just gives you that, and it's what keeps you going.
Having that constant support and knowing you can, no matter what you say, no one will judge you, and they'll help you with like whatever you need, as far as they can.
I would say one of the many great aspects of the young carers is how you, over time, you develop really strong friendship bonds with other young carers. So you're able to, in a way, create new friendships, and it's really good as well.
Just being able to forget things for a while and just be in a different place from what you usually are at home.
I just hope that the young carer service continues to develop and doesn't stop, because it's so helpful to every young carer out there.